All right, guys, today we're going to be teaching you how to diagnose a stretch timing chain on a anywhere from a 2011 to 2016 F-150, Lincoln Navigator, Ford Expedition, pretty much any of the 3.5, the Gen 1 3.5 EcoBoost. So it's going to be the same in all the engines. Let's start off with codes. So generally you're going to get a P0016. Now that is going to be for camshaft A performance. What does that mean? So here is your bank 1, cylinders 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6, sorry. Now your camshaft A sensor is going to be on the back of the valve cover on this side. So you can go and check that, check wiring, look at your sensor, replace it possibly. It's going to be, this would be the front of the vehicle. This would be the back, so you'd be facing it from this way. It'd be this sensor here. It's always going to face the intake for your intake sensor, or your intake cam sensor. So that's going to be step one, is you're going to get probably a P0016. What you're going to want to do after that, clear the code, drive the car. A lot of times what's going to happen is you're going to get a P0299 with that, which the vehicle is going to drive really good. It's going to drive pretty normal. You might be having kind of a hesitant low power to mid power, but the top end's working okay. What you're going to want to do is drive it, see if the code comes back. It probably will, and then you'll probably get a P0299, which is the underboost code. Now that should be related to the vehicle going into essentially what's a low boost limp mode to protect your engine, because the timing is so far off. Now once you confirm that, you check those things. This one also had a P0172, which was a rich on bank 1. I'm still diagnosing that. That possibly could be O2, or it could be because the timing is so far off that that it's going to be running rich, because the timing is just not set at base timing. So anyway, so after you guys do that, you're going to want to take off your passenger right front valve cover. Okay, it's a little bit of a job. You're going to want to be really gentle with this valve cover. Get new seals if you're going to do the job, or just if the vehicle's not running, it doesn't matter. But you're gonna want to pull this passenger valve cover. It's gonna be a bunch of 10 mil bolts around it. It's a little bit of work. You got to pull some Christmas tree clips, your coil packs, and you're gonna want to lift really evenly and gently. I like to use this clip remover tool. I kind of get it on the sides, like right there, and kind of pry and then pry and pry. You really got to take your time, because you don't want to rip your seals for your spark plug tubes or anything. But anyway, so once you get your valve cover off, you can watch a video on how to do that. You can go in here right off the bat, look at this is your intake cam. Gen 1s have one single chain. They drive the intake side of the cam, and then through that, there's a mini chain that link the exhaust and intake together. So everything's gonna be driven off your intake. So anyway, so we can go to this one, lift up on it right away. Okay, that's too loose. Okay, even with the vehicle not running, I'm sure it tightens up a little bit, but even at the top of the chain, or the top of the phaser where it should be the tightest, we still have movement there. But the true way to really confirm this issue and to get in there is you want to get a flashlight. I have this Icon one from Harbor Freight, which I freaking love, but you can change the flashlight to the tip right there. And it fits perfectly down here, and let me show you what to do. So you're gonna want to get up here, stick your light down, and look, we almost got it first try. So right there in the center of the screen, you're gonna see a black plastic guide with a little tube with some teeth on the top of it. Now what that is your tensioner, and I don't know if you can count the teeth from up there. Let me look at it with my eyeball, but it looks to be about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 7. That's about 7 teeth sticking out. Now that is way, way, way too much. So that is gonna tell you that your timing chain is stretched, and that tensioner down there is trying to compensate for how much length that your timing chain has gained. So you can confirm it that way. Another way too is if you have access to a scanner, you can actually open your scanner, go to your PIDs or your live data, and you want to look up intake cam timing actual. Or maybe actual intake bank 1 cam timing. And your both banks, you can compare it to bank 1 and bank 2, and you can also compare it to your exhaust a little bit. But everything should be kind of even and flatline. They should all be at 0 or kind of bouncing between 0 and negative, and maybe like 0.3 or something. But this one at idle, when the vehicle was hot, was running about 1.8 degrees of positive timing on the intake side, while the other bank, I believe, or the exhaust, I can't remember what I compared it to. I think it was the other intake. So the other intake timing was actually running, I think it was running about 0 to, it was kind of bouncing between negative and like, 0.2. But most of your slack on your timing chain is going to be on this side because the tensioner is there. This side on this bank is just going to be a solid guide. So it's pretty common that you'll just get the code on this side. Now, once you confirm all that, guys, you can go ahead and order a timing kit. This job, just in parts, is going to cost around $1,500 if you want to do phasers, chains, VCT solenoids, all your guides, new seals, valve cover seals. You want to do all your coolant. There's a bunch of seals in here that you got to do, and you can actually find guys from Ford that sell kits, and it's what they give their technicians. But anyway, I just wanted to run you guys through how to diagnose a stretch timing chain. It's unfortunate. It's an expensive job. If you take it somewhere, it's probably going to be, well over $2,000 if they're doing it right. If you do have someone do it for you guys, make sure they know what they're doing, because you don't want them to come in here and just replace your chain and your guides or something like that. If you're going to get in here and do a timing job, this thing's got 130,000 miles. If you're going to get in here and do this timing job, look how tarnished this is. You could tell whoever owned this before did not change oil very often. So that being said, I'm going to do it all. We're going to do the solenoids, like I said, phasers, the chain. We're doing it. We're doing everything. It's not worth cracking this thing open and just putting a Band-Aid on it. But anyway, guys, that's how to diagnose your stretch timing chain on your Gen 1 3.5 EcoBoost. Thanks for watching.